Hi, this is Christy, and Peyton Brown has been doing some truth bombs dropping here lately, and he just did an exclusive interview with John Yates, but I am going to break it down to the meat of it because that interview is 3 hours long. So I am going to give you the highlights of this interview with Peyton Brown. I hope you enjoy it. If you did, please click on the subscribe button and I will make more videos for you.
I have a question. So your dad said that basically it's unfair to ask whether Robin is his favorite wife because none of us know the work that she's done and the sacrifices that she's made. Do you know of any work she's done or sacrifices that she's made?
Yeah.
So many sacrifices. She married a man who was becoming wealthy and who wanted to take care of her children. That's a big sacrifice right there. She moved her children away from a place that they didn't like and she didn't like to a place that they started to like. That's a sacrifice right there. And then we all moved to Vegas for several reasons. Sacrifices right there. Can I actually think of a single sacrifice that she actually made? I'm sure there are some, but none that I know of. And work, well, she did a few things for a few weeks, a few times. No, actually none.
So, is my sister wives closet as lucrative as Robin makes it out to be?
No. I'm not saying she didn't put work into it. She did put work into it. She did try. But then it failed hard and bad.
It's still up.
It's apparently still up. I did not know that. That is news to me. Yeah, no, my sister's wife's closet is not what it was supposed to be. She definitely put effort into it. She definitely tried. I'm not going to deny that, but like, it didn't go anywhere.
You know what was also said? She said that, Christine and Janelle maybe didn't do a great job of, I guess, affirming what Cody said about the COVID rules. And that she...
Oh, can we talk about the COVID rules?
And she did with her kids, and she put them out if they wouldn't follow the rules. So does that mean that her son is in an RV in the driveway because he wouldn't follow rules, or like what's going on there?
Okay, I'm trying to like, because there's things I'm just not allowed to say, and I'm trying to go.
I get that.
Say what you can, or what you want,
and dance around it if you have to.
Dad attempted to kick Garrison and Gabe out of Janelle's house because he makes it very, very clear. These are Janelle's kids in Janelle's house. This is Christine's kids in Christine's house. He makes it very, very clear versus our kids. So yeah, we all know that's Janelle's house. He tried to kick Janelle's children out of. But for some reason, Dayton is definitely in an RV outside of Robin's house.
Wait, Dayton is?
Yes.
Was it because he turned 18?
I believe he's almost 21. Yeah, he's almost 21, and he's living in an RV outside his mother's house. And I really, 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 really hope that she learns how to cut the umbilical cord, because he is an incredible guy. Dayton is an incredible brother and an incredible person, and his mother, trying to be a protective mother, because of all props to her, trying to be a protective mother, never threw him out of the nest. And he is an incredible brother and an incredible guy. So I really hope he learns how to fly without being pushed out of a nest.
Can I ask you a question? What was the reason why you guys left Vegas? I have to ask because it seemed like you guys were doing amazing. You were in like the cul-de-sac, like everybody was next to each other. You guys were happy. What was the real reason why y'all left Vegas?
So I had already moved away by the time that they left. I had moved to St. George. I'd been living in St. George for at least a few months by the time that they left. However, the option was several places in Utah where we are closer to family. A place in Wyoming where we're a lot closer to family, but we still have civilization. because let's be honest here, Wyoming is not a very civilized place. I love it very much. I was raised there, I had family there, but not a super civilized place. And mom was like, no, I'm not moving to Wyoming. I'm not moving to Wyoming. And dad's like, okay, we have a few places in Utah. And then Dayton got accepted to NAU.
I knew it. Sorry.
And I can't promise anything. I can't speak towards dad. Dad gets 7-year itches where for 7 years he's on this bender, and then 7 years away where he's this, and then he's on another bender. And he's done it for his whole life. And he's just in another 7 year. But the thought of, hey, Flagstaff, Arizona is a good place to move does not exist. Like, there is no reason. There's no family in all of Arizona. Like, maybe I have one third cousin twice removed in all of Arizona. And then dad decides, hey, we're going to move the entire family. Yeah, it's because Dayton got accepted to NAU. That's to the best of my knowledge. Dayton got accepted to NAU. And therefore, Robin said, well, I can't let my little boy go. So she told dad, oh, let me be more specific. Dayton had nothing to do with this. Dayton like, okay, guys, I'm out. I am free. I'm going to go live my life. I'm 18 and I got accepted to college. Goodbye. And Robin said, oh, no, we'll follow you. We will all follow you.
Wow.
So
yeah.
Your whole family, and like I say this delicately, your whole family got uprooted for someone who's not even blood related.
No, whoa. I am sorry. I'm gonna stop you there. Dayton is my brother. Yes,
Right.
he's my adopted brother. Yes, he's not blood, but Dayton is my brother. No, we did not all get uprooted for Dayton. We didn't get there it is. We got uprooted for dad's favorite wife. If Dayton didn't go there, Robin, if Robin knew how to clip an umbilical cord, Dayton would have been free. And I was trying to visit him multiple times at NAU. And I thought, dude, I would have been like, dude, this is awesome. This is an awesome place. I'm super happy for you. I don't know for a fact of what it definitely is. And I can't speak against the show, but I'm realizing, oh, we've already said this on the show. Like, it's actually been said on the full disclosure hasn't been come out of the show, but it's actually been said on the show, so I can full on say it here. Yeah, I can't think of a single reason why Flagstaff, Arizona, the middle of Arizona, which is a state that none of our family lives in, and nobody really that we know lives in. Like, I maybe know 5 people outside of my family. Before my family moved there, I maybe know 5 people that live in Arizona. And my dad decided, oh yeah, that's a great place to move my entire family. Yeah, no, that was because Dayton got accepted to NAU. And I want to make this clear, not Dayton's fault. And Robin was trying to be a good mother.
You go to, how far into like the move to Flagstaff did everything fall apart? And was it already, how often did you see your dad when you were in Vegas as compared to like when you moved to Flagstaff?
Again, I didn't move to Flagstaff.
Right, you were older.
Well, you were older, right? But
that question doesn't work because unfortunately, we were closer than our dad ever. We were closer to dad than ever, and we saw him, and the kids saw him probably as much, maybe a little less. But that's not because of the distance. Dad, when we were in Vegas, Dad was at Robin's house. We would go to Janelle's house all the time, and Jill's kids would come over to Mom's house all the time and be like, hey, where's Dad? Not here. Okay, he's at Robin's house. We knew. We all knew. If he wasn't at these 2 houses, which he usually wasn't, he was at that house, which he usually was.
Even in
Dad
Vegas?
In Vegas. In Vegas, Dad wasn't,
That's wild. So even in Vegas, he spent most of his time with Robin.
Wow.
Yes. And the argument, the excuse that's given is, because Solomon and Ariella are so young and they need their dad. And I'm like, Dad went on a nearly 2-week-long vacation with Robin alone when Truly had just been born. You really, and he didn't go to New York where Isabel was getting surgery. You're really trying to tell me that it's because of his 2 youngest kids that he decided, hey, I'm definitely need to stay at these houses more. It had nothing to do with the kids. With each of us, he didn't kick any of us out. he didn't kick any of us out until like Garrison and Gabe started to act wrong. That's the best way I can describe it. Garrison and Gabe started to act wrong, and he was like, "Oh no, that's not allowed. You can't do that."
Act wrong by like not adhering to his stringent COVID rules.
I don't think it was the COVID thing. I don't remember exactly what happened, but it happened long enough ago that like Sister Wives says the show has either covered it or won't be covering it, kind of situation. Somebody said something to Robin. Garrison or Gabe said something to Robin, and Dad hears about this because, oh my God, you sons are bullies, kind of a situation. And Dad goes up to Janelle and says, I don't want your sons talking to the woman I love like that ever again. Now, keep in mind, this was several years ago. This was while him and Janelle were still trying to work on things. This was before Mom even left. He says, I don't want your sons talking to the woman I love like that ever again. In my mind, that's a big no-no. That's not how you interact with your wife that you've been married to for almost 30 years. And then they had the fight. I don't know how much made it onto Sister Wives, but then they had the fight of, I want those boys gone. Kick them out. Bye-bye. That's when the fight came. It might have also been with COVID. It might have also been together. And my timeline definitely is a little skewed because it was several years ago. So I'm all over this, and I don't even watch the show, so I don't know how much makes it to the show.
Like, did you know that your mom was unhappy in her marriage for like, or was that news to you? Like it was news to Robin?
I knew for years. We all knew. There's a discussion. They're not gonna. No, I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm not gonna talk about that. But I can say yes. I've known for years. McKelty and me talked about it years ago. Look, hi Tanisha. My roommate's daughter is absolutely adorable.
Hi Tanisha.
No, Tanisha, I'm busy right now. Sorry. Oh, good night, Tanisha. Good for her. We're very, very proud. Bye, Tanisha. She's absolutely adorable. She's 3 years old. Completely in love with me. It's not going to work out.
That's sweet.
I'm more than two decades older than her. It's not going to work out. Okay, what was that? Damn, that was a really good
like, Christine, like, Robin's like, it's a shock. I never knew that they were not happy. Like,
yeah, no, I've known for years. Me and McKelty talked about it. We were definitely living in Vegas. I don't know exactly when this was, but me and McKelty were definitely living in Vegas. McKelty was still living in the house. So it happened years ago. And I heard McKelty say something that blew my mind. McKelty said, I do not believe in soulmates. Because if soulmates exist, I don't doubt for a second that Dad is Mom's soulmate. But I know that Mom isn't Dad's. But I know that Mom isn't Dad's. McKelty said this to me, and it blew my mind. And I'm like, whoa. And I'm not going to say that I specifically know it. McKelty pointed out. I definitely saw it. Again, it shattered the glass, and suddenly I realized everything. But I needed the glass shattered. And I believe that's what happened to all of us. All of us needed the glass to be shattered for us to realize everything. In that moment, I realized, whoa, that's so true. Blew my mind. And that was years ago. So I've known for a very, very long time. And I've seen it. I've absolutely seen it. And I can honestly tell you that I'm pretty sure the time that Dad was in Mom's house the most was when Mom was on vacation with most of my sisters. I got sick. Other things happened. It was a very, very weird weekend. But I had a lot of problems, so I stayed home. I didn't go on the vacation with my sisters and Mom. And I saw Dad in the house more than I've ever seen Dad in that house. I'm walking around just on my tablet, just watching the most random things. I saw Dad more in that weekend than I had seen Dad in the past 3 weeks.
Wow.
And I basically didn't, I got out the house a few times, but I basically didn't leave the house. And I'm thinking back to moments like that, thinking, why were you in the house? Well, yeah, I'm glad that you were there, thanks. But why were you in that house? And the memory could be very, very skewed, and I could just be remembering it differently than it was, because that happens all the time. Right. But if I remember correctly, yeah. And this was after knowing that. Oh, okay. Full disclosure. Yeah, we've known that Robin was Dad's favorite for years. Oh yeah.
How far into it did you know that? Like the second they were courting back, like when you guys were in Lehigh?
it took less than a year to notice. I'm not maybe almost a full year, but I can never remember. But that by the time she was living in the house and that they were married, by then it was very obvious. Like they didn't hide it.
Obvious how? Like, what was he like? Was not spending time with like your mom or Janelle or Mary? Like how?
Spending time at her house. How he talked to her. I've been watching him talk to my mom for 12 years, 10 years, because I was 12 years old, so I don't remember 2 years old. But I've been watching him interact with my mom for 12 years, and I've been watching him interact with Mary and Janelle for 12 years. And from what I can remember is that until specific things happened, Mary was his favorite wife. Until specific things happened, Mary was his favorite wife. A little while, oh yeah, blow some minds right there, didn't I? Very surprising news.
That I actually had Mary on one of my lives many moons ago. But this is before like all this stuff happened. So Mary was, because so when you hear the stories of like, Mary being abrasive and when you guys were in the big giant house together in Utah, right? Like, so that's all true. That Mary was like kind of just mean. Well,
abrasive,
you were young,
kind of
so
mean.
Like, remember.
I'm again, so not for sister-wise reasons, but out of respect for my mother reasons. I'm not going to go into details, but abrasive and kind of mean are not strong enough words. They are not aggressive enough words. From what I remember, Mary was Dad's number one wife. From what I remember, which is a very, very common thing in our religion that I'm just definitely not a part of anymore for so many reasons. Mary was the number one go-to wife for a long time. From, again, what I remember, because the memory of a 5 and 6 year old is very, very skewed for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, absolutely.
But based on my memory, she was the favorite wife. And then a lot of things happened, and a lot of things came out, and a lot of things were said for the first time. And then she was no longer the favorite wife, and Robin became the favorite wife. And he treated Robin very differently. He treated Robin very differently as the favorite wife than he ever treated Mary as the favorite wife. I definitely remember that. I was absolutely raised by a good man. And we were always safe with him. He was always safe with us. I couldn't tell him everything, of course not. But I was always safe.
Safe until when? When did you not feel safe with him anymore?
Between 12 and 15. Sometime between 12 and 15, he stopped being safe. I didn't need to be safe anymore.
Or it's like, in Vegas?
Yeah, Vegas. It was in Vegas. It was... I'm trying to remember when his brother died, because it was a little bit after that. It was a little bit after Uncle Curtis died. So we were definitely in Vegas, but we were in the separated homes. We were not in the cul-de-sac yet. We were in separated homes. I couldn't give you an exact... This is when it happened, but it happened after Curtis died, before we all moved in together. Like recently after Curtis died, because Curtis's death changed him, and I'm not going to speak to what people.
No, don't. No, I don't want to. Yeah,
this thing I want to say. I do want to say something, because something a family friend said opened my eyes. So I've got this family friend that was my boss for a while, and I've known him almost my entire life. And he's an incredible guy. And he told me, I hated what she kept saying about Curtis. I'm not 100% sure about what Robin was saying about Curtis. But after Curtis's death, Robin was apparently saying some things about Curtis. And this turned...
sacrifice?
No, Curtis.
About
saying, no, okay, no, that's not one of his sacrifices.
Sorry, you don't know my humor, so there you go. Sorry,
you're all good. Yeah, no, sorry, no, not one of her sacrifices. She said some things about Curtis to Dad, and that pissed my boss off. He wasn't my boss at the time. I was like 13 at the time, but he was my boss. He was telling me about these, and he said how much, like, since that day, she has not liked her. He has not liked Robin. Since that day, he has not liked Robin. And it kind of opened my eyes a little bit, thinking, that's right, she was saying those things. And I'm not saying anything definitely happened, but it was around the same time that she was saying some things about my dad's brother, my dad's recently deceased brother, that he was no longer safe for us. I don't know what she did. It may have been his brother. It may have been, it was, I don't think it was something that she did. I think it was a large combination of things, but it was around that time that he stopped being safe. So I outlashed. I said, I love Mariah very much, but me and her don't get along. And then
you get the feeling that like she gets along with nobody in the family. Like that's how I see it. Like is that true? Like does she have does she have any like bonds with anybody? I see like Mariah, Leo, I don't know, as her divorcing herself from everybody and like living in her own world. Like that's how I see it in my head. Is that true? Like does she talk to anybody in the family?
No. Yes and no. They are social during social moments. Social during social moments. At Logan's wedding, social. 20 minutes before, 20 minutes after Logan's wedding, nothing. Came out as lesbian forever ago and got tons of support. Came out on TV, came out to the public about being lesbian forever ago, being a lesbian in a religious household and being raised in a religious household as a lesbian.
Yeah, that was big news. That was big news.
Tons and tons of love, tons and tons of support, and called all of us homophobic for existing, even though we liked Audrey so much more. I think it was really funny. I'm being called homophobic as I'm getting along with her girlfriend more than I am her.
I've been called homophobic and I'm married to a man. So, I mean, like,
so you get it.
I do get it. I listen, Peyton, I'm in your corner. I understand. Go ahead. Keep going. Sorry.
Thank you. She comes out against all of us on social media. Oh, my siblings are all just homophobic, and she got tons of support. There's more than just this, but now Leon or Leo, whatever, she doesn't talk to me anymore, so I don't know. Stopped getting tons of support, and I know for a fact that they like attention. I know for a fact because I remember, because they love attention. They love when something is focused on them. So they decided, oh, hey, I know how to make things more focused on me. So when she came out as trans, when they came out as trans, and now they also posted, I'm going to my brother's wedding soon, and if anybody calls me by she or her, I'm going to educate them.
And did she do that at the wedding?
I don't know if she ever got. I don't know if Leon ever got the chance because my story came up. Okay, I've been told so many times not to say this out there, but I really want to, so I'm not going to post it on my TikTok. You can all run with it. Everyone watching can run.
Say it now. It'll be our secret. Go ahead, say
it. Absolutely. I'm not posting on my TikTok, but I'm really happy it's getting out there. Full disclosure, I'm actually a bouncer at a strip club. Like,
all right.
I've been told not to get it out there a lot, and I love this job. It's the best job I've ever had for a lot of reasons. Surprising and hilarious. It was not a how dare you for doing this. It's more of a you're actually doing this? What? It was a very, very funny. I got a lot more attention than Leon did. Leon didn't get much attention at all. Leon talked to the people that Leon knows, and I got a lot of random family members coming up to me. Are you really a bouncer at a strip club? I got, for that tiny little thing that coming out 2 weeks before the wedding, I got way more attention. And I genuinely believe that pissed Leon off because Leon likes attention, always has.
I could see that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, Dad gets on 7-year kicks, and this was part of the 7-year kick. I don't know if anyone remember.
I have a mother just like that.
Yeah. We were also pushing a thing called Green 2.0 for like 2 years. Hardcore pushing this thing called Green 2.0 for 2 years, and I haven't heard anything about it in years. He gets on these 7-year kicks, and in these 7-year kicks, he becomes a different human being. And it's what it is. And he's nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Do you have any knowledge of whether he is vaccinated? Because it seems like there's some rumors going around that he's in fact not. I mean, I guess that's not necessarily our business, but I'm still curious.
No. He didn't vaccinate any of his children ever. The first time I got a vaccine, I joined the military.
Oh, you're all the way not vaccinated.
Like you can get like smallpox or malaria.
I've got all the things now. I believe all of my me, Hunter, and Garrison, for military purposes, all got vaccinated, and I all got vaccine all the vaccines.
So like none of the kids like got like the MMR shots, like nothing.
I grew up the same way.
Nothing.
I grew up the same way.
To the best of my knowledge, nothing. Yeah.
Yep.
You're going to ask me, what does the nanny do? And I'm going to be very, very
I
specific
had
when
the
I tell you.
T-shirt. You wore the T-shirt, and I have the same T-shirt. I have it. I usually wear it when I do Sister Wives Live, and I don't have it on tonight because damn it. But
So fun light story with that. I messaged Dawn. I asked Dawn, "Hey, how do I get a T-shirt?"
Find
And
this for
Dawn
Cody.
said, and Dawn said, "Oh, I'll just give you one for free. What's your address?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Can I buy 3 others?" And she got really excited and said, "Oh no, I'll send you 4 shirts." So she sent me 4 shirts, and I own one, and Mom owns one, and McKelty owns one, and Aspen owns one. I don't know if McKelty owns it or McKelty or Aspen own it anymore, or if it's Isabel's now. But definitely 2 of my sisters, definitely my mother, and definitely me all own one. And well, I never wear it. Mom loves it. Mom thinks it's hilarious. And Aspen, McKelty, and Isabel all think it's hilarious. So they've stolen each other's clothes forever because that's what sisters do. They're still doing it, absolutely. Now that they live close to, now that the 3 of them are all like close, they're all super close. Yeah, they're all stealing each other's clothes again. And yeah, no, yeah, one of them definitely owns one, and the other owns one, and they love it too. The shirts are mine. So you're gonna ask me, what does the nanny do? And I'm gonna be honest with you. Robin is a stay-at-home married mother with a husband who is a stay-at-home father and stay-at-home husband, and both of them film every other week. When we're filming, and when we're filming every other week. But we're very, but during COVID, we were very, very rarely filming together at the same time because of COVID rules. So there was usually one parent on the set at a time. And she had, at the time, 2 adult children and 1 almost adult children living at home, and now she has 3 adult children living at home. So you're gonna have to clue me in on why she needs a nanny, because I don't know. Because my mom's like, no, Mary was not nice. She was.
No, elaborate, please. I'm here for it.
Earlier, it was said that it's theorized that Mary was abrasive and something else, and I said that those 2 words were not harsh enough and not advanced enough. Abrasive is not enough of a word to explain what Mary was to a few of us children specifically.
Does it move past verbal or?
Oh, it moves so far past verbal. Verbal
Shut
basically
the front
stops
door.
existing. Say that one more time.
Shut the front door. Shut the fuck up. I don't know which way to
I
say
didn't say
it.
anything.
This is insane. Oh my
I
God.
didn't say anything.
I knew you didn't. No.
Yeah, no, I didn't say anything. I said words. All I said was words. I never said a specific word. I just said random
You
words
didn't. No, you
correlated
didn't.
together. Yeah, no. And I can't say all this because Maddie already came out with it years ago in a tweet before she deleted her Twitter. Maddie comes out with like not the full story, but a very, very important thing years ago, and then deleted Twitter because she's like, "Oh, crap, I let that out there." And you know what? It's already out there, so I can reiterate to what Madison said about Mary. No, we were never safe around her.
Did your dad know that?
Not for several years. Not for many. Okay, you know what? This one I can say. I will never hate Robin because she opened several eyes. And because of that, I will never hate her. I will always be grateful.
Robin kind of alerted Cody, your dad, to like what Mary was doing.
Robin was in an extremely abusive relationship with her ex. She was in an extremely abusive relationship with her ex. And when you were in an abusive relationship and you now see the signs, a lot of times you flock to one of 2 things. Not every time. Statistics are strong, but not every single case. A lot of times, if you were in an abusive relationship, you go to another less abusive relationship. That is, so you say because you get hit less often, you're like, oh, they must really love me, and it's with both. Or you go to the exact opposite, and you go to someone that will never, ever, ever hit you. Dad would never hit Robin.
Did Dad hit anybody else?
No.
Oh, okay. You never hit Robin. Like you would hit, like
No,
Others,
I
no.
am
Okay.
pushing this so hard. Dad was an amazing father. Dad was absolutely amazing. Yes, he paddled my bum several times. He flicked me on the mouth. Oh my God, how dare he? Yeah, he flicked me on the mouth several times because I would mouth off. Absolutely. He was a parent. He made sure to be an authority figure in my life. And he was a very, very good father when he was doing it.
No,
I
that's
have
great.
2 questions for you. When's the last time you talked to your dad?
He gave me a Christmas text, Christmas Day.
Oh, how nice of him! A whole Christmas text he sent you? Well,
He's got 18 children.
that does not excuse that, Peyton. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
That does not excuse that.
Oh,
Hey, so
I'm
listen-
hey, full disclosure. I'm still hoping to get my father back. I'm still hoping to get the man that my father was back.
And good for you. And
Yeah.
that's good to hear. But so you got a text from him on Christmas saying like Merry Christmas, and that he copy and pasted to the rest of his kids? Like, what happened?
No, he didn't. We
So
all
us.
we all got a mostly unique text. None of our words were the exact same. Besides that text, it's been over a year since we read the last time. No. Scratch that. Ooh, this I can reveal. This I'm allowed to reveal.
Ooh, I'm here for it.
I was doing military things, and Dad calls me kind of out of the blue and talks. And the previous time me and Dad talked, outside of this, previous time me and Dad talked, I had worn the shirt. I wore the shirt. I posted a video about wearing the shirt, and Dad texts me like 4 days later because he saw it on Twitter. He saw the shirt on Twitter, and he's like, he goes on this large rant. How dare you treat me like this? How dare you disrespect me like this? At least the nanny is respectful. Full long text. And my
Wow.
response is, Dad, the shirt is
Well, what
hilarious.
does that
and it's a
mean?
joke." A lot of things. I was disrespectful by wearing the shirt. Yeah, I was disrespectful by saying the thing my mom said on television was funny. Yeah, that was the last time we had texted. And then we go months without texting. I don't remember the exact months, but like 7, 8 months without texting. And then he calls me randomly out of the blue, and he has a conversation with me. And this is like an hour-long conversation, and it goes really, really well. I'm like, okay, you know what? I might be getting my father back. This is wonderful. I then find out by Mom the next day, because I told Mom, oh yeah, I talked to Dad yesterday. And she's like, what did he call about? Did he call about the argument we're having? And I'm like, well, what's up with the argument you're having? Apparently, he was trying to convince the not lawyers. Lawyers is the incorrect word in every single way.
Attorneys.
But I'm gonna say lawyers, not attorney, not no.
Sorry.
Attorneys is another word for lawyer. Lawyer
I
attorneys
know.
is
I'm
not
just
what they
throwing
are.
synonyms out there. Go ahead. Sorry.
You're totally good. This is not what they are, but like they're high ups in TLC and they're high ups in Puddle Monkey, and he's trying to discuss with them, trying to put it in our contracts that we are not allowed to say anything negative about him on our platforms. I'm not allowed to talk about anything negative with him on our platforms, and he's fighting with Mom about it because Mom is saying you can't control our children that way. He's trying to say your children
So
can't
what
say
would
anything
happen
bad
if
about
you
me.
said something bad about, like, would he sue you?
It hurts his image. It hurts his image.
Oh, like if you're like, so you sign a contract and like you're
TLC.
saying, oh, Cody, my
TLC
dad's
would
not the
sue
greatest
me.
guy. So is he going to? Is your dad going to sue you because you spoke negatively
TLC.
about him in some way?
TLC would sue me. If I
Oh God, Jesus.
TLC, 1 second. I'm still here. I need to get my other headphone. So TLC would have legal ramification to sue me for speaking negatively about my father. TLC was like, I don't think we should do that. And my mom was fighting it. My mom was like fighting with us, like, no, you're not allowed to tell our children what they can and can't say about you. You have to earn their love back. And then it hit me. He called me for a very, very specific reason. He called Aspen and he called McKelty, and I believe he also called Isabel for the exact same reason. He doesn't want us talking negatively about him online. He had roughly an hour-long conversation with 3 or 4 of his children.
And
because
Aspen and McKelty are your full-blooded siblings.
Yes,
Right.
they are all they are mom's
No
daughters.
coincidence there. Go ahead. Sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, no, he happened to call us 3 after he was losing the battle with Mom about what we are allowed to say online. He just happens to call us, and I realized he didn't call me because he wanted to talk to me. He called me because he doesn't want me talking negatively. Broke my heart again.
I'm so sorry, Peyton. Like, God, like that is just disgusting. I'm like, I don't even have words. Like,
It's really hard, yeah.
Yeah,
Because right now you want him back.
Yeah.
He did say in the last episode that he was kind of
with that half-ass apology
he
that he
kind of
gave.
gave an apology saying that if he had done it again, he wished he had done it differently. But this sounds like it's beyond that, because it really is about how Robin's being treated by his children and his other wives.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can give you the best possible thing I could say about that. When Robin and Dad had not been married yet, and Robin tried to tell Hunter what to do. Hunter was a very, very stubborn kid, but when my mom told him to do something, or when his mom told him to do something, he did it. He was respectful. He was stubborn, but he was respectful. Robin tried to tell him what to do, and he says, "No, you're not my mom. I'm not going to do that." That is the legit only time I can think of that we were ever harsh to her or rude to her. I'm not saying there was never other times, but the worst thing that I can genuinely, like honestly, genuinely think of was Hunter saying, after they weren't even married yet, "No, I'm not going to do what you're telling me to do. You're not my mom." And I want to make this very, very clear. Like, if my mom told Hunter to do something, he did it. He might have argued. He might have just went like, "Oh, no, I don't want to do that. X, Y, Z. I'm a free human being. I'm allowed to do what I want. Freedom of choice." All that stuff. And the mom was like, "No, you don't have freedom of choice. You live in my house." And then Jill would be like, "You don't have freedom of choice. You live in my house." And then Dad would be like, "No, you don't have freedom of choice. You live in my house." Kind of thing. They were stern but fair parents. I believe that they were stern but fair parents. And when we were disrespectful, they let us know we were being disrespectful. So Hunter was not a disrespectful kid. He was a stubborn kid, but he was far from disrespectful. And then Robin tried to tell him what to do one time, and that's the only time I can ever think of that she was genuinely disrespected or hurt by children.
Hayden.
Sorry,
Are you stopping? Like Robin?
I'm not waving hard enough. Let me wave harder.
Like when you talk to Robin, is she just always constantly crying? As it's just like, like, oh my.
No, she's normally very calm and collected and knows exactly what she's doing. Oh, this is the one that I would actually love to say.
So you admit she's calculated.
She's so she likes to manipulate people, and Mykelti loves her. Mykelti loves her very much. I'm glad Mykelti loves her. But she tries to manipulate people, and as she's trying to manipulate Mykelti tells her, "Oh no, you don't have to manipulate me. You don't have to deal with me. I'm just me." And I'm like, "So wait, you see it? You actively see what she's doing? You see that she's manipulating you?" And Mykelti's like, "Well, yeah, it doesn't matter." And I'm like, "Damn, Mykelti, you are a saint. You are a saint to everyone but me." No, Mykelti's absolutely wonderful.
Does he curl his hair? Does he have a curling iron and or does he get permanence?
I haven't been inside his house in over 2 years. I have no idea what's inside his bathroom. But you notice how Robin's hair is usually pretty straight?
And not for Robin, his curling iron.
Yeah, you notice how Robin's hair is usually pretty straight? If I did see a curling iron in there, I would know whose it was. She is happy right now.
Do you think
really
she wants to go in another polygamy
No, never. None of us kids, and
yeah. And are there any kids out of all of you, are any of you actively trying to live that lifestyle?
No, we've all known for a very, very, very long time. I was roughly 4 years old. I can remember this because I remember it because it was weird to me. But I was roughly 4 years old, and I saw Dad tell Mom how much he loved Mom. And then I went over to Janelle's house to hang out with my brothers, and then I saw him do the same with Janelle. And I thought to myself, I don't think I could do that to someone. I don't think I could tell someone, "Hey, I love you," and then tell someone else, "Hey, I love you." I don't think I could do that. So I've known since I was 4 years old. And then 1 or 2 years later, we're in Sunday school, and this teacher tells me, "This is the one true religion." And I'm sitting there thinking, I don't agree with this religion. And now I'm being told this is the one true religion. I don't know how I feel about that. And this happened when I'm 6. I'm 6 having a crisis of faith, and that's weird. But years later, I still have the exact same opinion. No, I will not touch polygamy. I'm grateful for it. I've got brothers and sisters because of it, but I will never touch polygamy. ever. If somebody has like I won't be a brother husband, and I won't have sister wives. I will not.
That's not for me. Damn it.
No, bro.
I'm so
At
sorry.
least
I
that's a
am
question.
so sorry.
Do you think that your dad's gonna like look after or go for like other sister wives or like other
I
wives or
really
support or
hope
like
not. I
and
really,
like
really
would
hope
Robin
not.
put the kibosh on that right away?
Oh, okay. So the one instance that I would be completely okay with it is if she is between 20 and 25. I don't want that. That's super. I'm being specific about this. I want her to be younger than me. I want her to be younger than me
Yeah,
so I
see
can
where you're going with
immediately, so I can see him immediately leave one of them. So I can see it just immediately happen. I would absolutely. So I made a video on TikTok and I posted it, and it was I would love if my dad and my ex got together. That would be amazing. And I'm still thinking, yeah, I'm cool with that. I was cool with that because it would clarify something so deeply for me. And I'm not saying it wouldn't be creepy, but at least I would get along with her, and me and her would agree with a lot of the same stuff. And she might be human and not some
So
form
she'll
of
be
demon.
like your sister, stepmother, sister wife, fun aunt.
That would be like honestly, that would be absolutely amazing and wonderful because then I'll just clarify the clarification. All that would be is clarification. Oh, so it is because Robin's the youngest, and now your new wife is your favorite because she's the youngest, and it would clarify everything. You ever think about that? Robin's the youngest by 10 years.
We've
She
talked.
is, I believe, yeah. So mom's 50 and Robin's like 41. No, okay, that's a lie. Dad's like 53 or 54. Robin's like 43 or 44. Robin's in that age. But Robin's 10 years his junior and the favorite wife. Coincidence? Maybe?
And you would think that Robin would be okay with like
No,
your dad
no,
courting a
no.
25-year-old? Because according to Robin, she signed up for polygamy. She didn't want she wanted the whole package.
That was
Yeah,
the
no, she
dream.
didn't.
And that was her
Yeah, no.
dream. Oh my, that's
You don't
my
think
dream. That's her dream.
She was never a parent to me. So she was put down as one of my parents in school. Like I love that we did this. She was put down as Mary and her and Janelle and dad and mom were all put down as my parents. We're all put down as people that can like sign me out.
Mhm.
Janelle and dad and mom are the only ones that ever did. Janelle and dad are the only ones that ever signed something for me. And again, mom, of course. But like Janelle and dad are the only parents outside of mom that signed things for me, that checked me out, that did any parental stuff for me. Robin never did. For outside of McKelty, any of us. She was never a parent to me. She tried to be an authority figure. She tried to be a problematic person. She was definitely my ex-wife, but she was never a parent. She tried to be buddy with Aspen and Madison. Didn't work. Yeah, Aspen and Madison saw through it pretty easily. Aspen's a very, very loving person and likes to think of the world as a good place, which it can be definitely if you're really looking, unfortunately. Aspen's just a really good person, so she has no real issues. Madison is a stern, stubborn, with the utmost love bitch. Like I love her so much. She is one of the best people I know. But
You can
she's
say
a stern,
that. That's cool.
she's a stern, stubborn
Sounds
bitch.
great.
If Madison will if Madison's got a problem with you, you'll know. Madison doesn't gossip in dark corners. She'll tell you to your face. And I'm like, you're amazing and terrifying at the same time. And she's absolutely, absolutely amazing.
I was going to say, like you mentioned that Robin could kind of see what was going on with certain behaviors with Mary. What I think what throws me off is they look like best friends on the show, or
They
the
do.
closest relationship.
Yeah, like let's
Yeah.
talk about was Mary so altruistic? I'll divorce Cody so Robin can marry him and adopt the kids, or is it because Mary got caught in the catfishing thing? And subclause B, how crazy was it in in the court when like that happened, when Mary got caught with like her dating a overweight lesbian in Oklahoma, thinking it was a man. How wild was that? Sorry.
Answer whatever question you want. That was a lot of stuff.
Mary had been on the outs with almost all of us for a couple years, at least a couple years before any of that came out. None of us gave a shit. None of us cared. In fact, the thing that pissed us off was that she was half of, for like 6 years, Mary was half of every episode of Sister Wives. Madison and Caleb's wedding episode, Mary was half of the episode. Mary's problems and Mary's catfishing, and it's hard to be Mary sometimes.
Oh my God, I love you so much, Peyton.
It's true.
Yeah.
Marry me.
It was hard to watch those seasons for that very reason.
Yeah. The last words that were said in Madison's wedding episode, the last words were Mary saying, "I really hope Mariah had a good time." I'm sitting here thinking, the fuck did Mariah have to do with any of that? That's Madison's wedding.
Oh my God.
What does Mary or Mariah have to do with Madison's wedding?
0.00.
Yeah. I've thought about this a lot, and it makes me really, really happy. So I don't know how true this is. I thought that the groom would walk down the aisle with his mother at a wedding. Is that true?
Yes.
I believe that's how it happens. The groom is supposed to walk down the aisle with his mother.
Yes.
I would 100% walk down the aisle with Janelle and Robin. No, with Janelle and my mom. I would 100% walk down the aisle with Janelle and my mom. Like that is like, I don't know when I'm getting married, but that is like the idea, like the goal. When I'm like during my wedding ceremony, I'm walking down the aisle with my mom and Janelle on my arms, and Mary and Robin and maybe Dad are in the back. Maybe Dad's up front, but Mary and Robin aren't. Sure, I'll invite them. They're family technically. I'm definitely inviting their kids, but yeah, they're sitting in the back, and I'm gonna make sure that they know that.
Like at Logan's wedding when Cody and Robin sat in the back.
They didn't sit in the back. I was on a different aisle, but I was like
they were
leveled
second,
with them.
They were second row
They were
back,
second
right?
row.
Yes.
They were
And
second
they were
row.
Cody sat on the
I
edge
saw them
on
4
the
rows
end.
back where they were sitting. I don't know. I wasn't there. Peyton was, so he knows better than me. Obviously.
Yeah. Dad didn't sit by his the groom's wife, the groom's mother. Dad sat by his wife.
Yep.
So yeah, that garners. Logan's a bridge builder. Logan's a peacemaker and a bridge builder, and he wanted all of us to be peaceful at his wedding. So we all were peaceful at his wedding.
And that's how it should be in a wedding. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So there was no drama there. But oof, I would have liked drama. I enjoy drama.
But why did he was sitting with Robin from the pictures we saw? He was sitting with Robin the whole time, like a couple. We'll say like two rows back. I say 4, but whatever. 2 rows.
The second row.
Why wasn't he up there with Janelle? Like Logan was the firstborn, wasn't he?
Yeah, Logan was the firstborn. Logan is Dad's
you're
oldest
gonna sit
child.
next to Robin and sit in the stands, like when you should be up there with.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like full disclosure, just let yourself think about that one. Just think about it.
I've thought about it plenty.
Why on earth would a father sit in the second row and not the first row? And okay, another thing that really got on my nerves, and I'm really pissed about. Robin's mother sat in the second row next to Robin, and all the other grandmothers were in one of the back rows. All the other grandmothers sat next to each other in the back rows.
But Robin's not the favorite wife, right, Peyton?
Oh no, she's not.
Robin has no crowds
and she
at
makes
all.
sacrifices. And
She's
she
not
makes
calling the
sacrifices.
shots,
No,
right?
No, she made sacrifices.
She makes so many sacrifices, guys. Like Robin,
She
done the hard
she
work.
part of
done
the
the hard
family.
my eyeshadow's running. Hold on. It's very, we adhere to like Cody Brown's strict guidelines of like how we should and then what happens? Like we wind up getting it. How did you feel about that when they wound up getting the COVID anyways, Peyton? And what was that?
I said this on another interview. So I'm going to say it again here because it was hilarious there. Mom said a while ago. Mom, give me a second to think of the exact words. Okay, so mom tells all the interviews that when she found out the nanny got COVID, she chuckled a little bit. I made sure to tell everybody, no, mom did not chuckle a little bit. She nearly died laughing. The rest of us nearly died laughing when we found out dad got COVID. Because all of these rules. So I've had it twice because I'm not strict about, and I was not strict about any of the guidelines. I got sick because I had been in a massive tent with a bunch of soldiers for 2 days. Of course I got sick. We were in a massive tent with soldiers. None of us are clean for a lot of reasons. So
Go
that's all I got.
military.
So
Hoo-yah! What they say?
Ooh,
yeah.
Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah! There we are.
So there's a reason I got it. How dad got it just baffles me because I'm like, clearly, somebody that lives in that house or goes to that house isn't following your guidelines and got you sick. Oh, it was fantastic. And he got it bad because he doesn't get any sunlight because he doesn't leave the house. I've honestly found, so anybody out there, I found like it's not a cure-all to everything, but if you have enough
Windex.
sunlight, yeah, what's up? Like Windex. If you have enough sunlight, you can beat almost anything. I'm not saying you won't catch the cold, but the cold will not affect you nearly as bad if you have enough sunlight. That's biology. That's just biology. Vitamin D is not a cure-all, but it's like
No
a
one's
cure-a
rickets.
lot.
Hey, I have a question. Is Robin a hoarder? I just want to know because there was a watermelon just in the middle of the living room floor.
And also, I'll piggyback off that. Does Robin have like newspaper articles like 1985, like laying on like?
No,
on
that she does
floor?
not have. So the first time she moved out of her house in St. George, when we had met her, that house in St. George, when she moved out of that house, I helped Garrison move a massive rug that was in a plastic cover. When we moved her into the new house, I helped Garrison move that plastic rug from the truck into the garage. When we moved her again, I helped Garrison again move the same plastic covered rug, fresh in the bag, plastic covered rug, into the truck, and then out of the truck in Vegas. And then into the truck for the first house and out of the truck for like the new house. And then Garrison told me that he helped Dayton move the same fucking rug when they moved from Vegas to the house in Flagstaff. And then Dayton, again, on his own this time, moved the same rug from the previous house to the current house.
Still in the plastic bag.
It was then. I'm 90% sure it's still in her garage.
so she's a rug hoarder. That would get
And all the things.
rug hoarder.
So
Did Cody spend like most of his nights at Robin's, like in the cul-de-sac? Like, like did you see him? Like, how many nights a week did he spend at Robin's when you guys were in Vegas? Like 4, 5, 6, 7?
Probably four or five averagely. Probably about 4 or 5. They never stayed at Mary's house for very specific reasons. Stayed at Janelle's house maybe 2 nights a week. Stayed at mom's house maybe 2 nights a week, maybe. And if it was the same week, that'd be kind of surprising.